And welcome here to another edition of Recruit Spotlight on Husker Online. Sean Callahan, Steve Sipple, bringing you exclusive recruiting content here on the Husker Online YouTube channel. And once again, thank you to our sponsors of Recruit Spotlight: Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, 30th and Yankee Hill Road. Two great restaurants here in Lincoln are sponsors of Recruit Spotlight. Let's bring in Sip, our next guest on Recruit Spotlight. Pleased to be joined by Elijah Newby, but he goes by Eli Newby of Cheshire Academy in Connecticut. And, you know, we talked to his teammates, Jacob and Gerard Smith up here earlier in the week as well. So there's three Cheshire Academy guys here. Welcome.
Really appreciate it, guys.
How was that team this year?
So the team this year, I would say we did pretty decent. But next year we're definitely gonna ramp it up a little bit, take over a little bit.
Yes, now you play exclusively linebacker?
Yes, outside linebacker.
Outside linebacker.
Yes,
I got you listed 6'3", 205.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Okay, 6'3", 205. I know you're looking at Boston College, Villanova, Duke. Now the question Nebraska fans would have, Eli, is what will it take to pull you into the Midwest?
So definitely. After visiting today, you guys definitely changed my perspective of Nebraska, because as a kid from Connecticut, I never would have thought about coming to Nebraska, but you guys definitely changed my perspective of it. Met a lot of nice people. The campus was amazing. Built a lot of connections throughout the day.
What was your perspective? What was your prior perspective? What were you? So how did you envision it?
At first, I was like, "What is even in Nebraska?"
That's fair. That's fair.
No offense, but
no,
and you made it late,
no offense,
right? So like you couldn't see much when you got off.
Yeah, I did. I just seen straight dark roads. Dark roads. That was literally it.
But now, so what's different than what you imagined?
Definitely, the people here is definitely more kinder than I could have ever imagined. The environment is like every city, every state is just like a regular state. I want to say
regular city.
Yeah. Regular city. I was to say.
Describe the football scene in just Connecticut, where you're from. I've been to Bridgeport, where you reside. Lived in Bristol, Connecticut for a summer, so used to stop in Bridgeport to take the train to New York City if we were going there. I mean, what is high school football like? You guys play Saturdays there for high school? Or
so all of our games for the past season has been on Saturdays. I would say the football scene is definitely ramping up. A lot of people is sleeping on the North. You know, they probably don't think we got that many athletes in football because we're really not known for football. But I think after this recruiting class that's coming out of Connecticut, it's going to change a lot of people's opinions.
So partially it's yourself, obviously, and then Jacob Smith and Gerard, your teammates. What's it like playing with them? I mean, what are they like to be around on a daily basis? It's
amazing because it's like ever since they came to the school, it's been a brotherhood. We bicker back and forth. They taught me a lot of things that I never knew from like a defensive aspect. It's been a great experience, I must say.
Good.
We're joined here on Recruit Spotlight by Eli Newby of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Once again, Recruit Spotlight brought to you by Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill and Tavern 180 here in Lincoln, Nebraska. What was the day like? And I know you're going to go back again on Saturday, so your time really is not done on this trip. But just getting up there, you got in late. So you weren't able to get into those morning workouts, but you were able to see a lot of the campus, a lot of the coaches. I mean, what jumped out to you about the visit?
It definitely was how close all the coaches were together. I know a lot of them been together for a while, so that jumped out to me from the start. Because like I'm a big guy on feeling like I'm at home. So knowing all of those guys been together for so long and they have the chemistry that they did, it just made me feel like welcomed.
When you made your announcement on Twitter that Nebraska had offered you, you tagged E.J. Barthel, the running backs coach, and Rob Dvorak, the linebackers coach. Who's handling your recruitment most on that coaching staff?
I say Coach Rob.
Coach Rob Dvorak.
Yeah, Coach Rob. Ever since I talked to him the first time on the phone, we had that connection. So,
really?
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
Because he keeps it real with me. He doesn't sugarcoat anything. If he knows I have a weakness, he'll point that weakness out without telling me anything above that. So ever since that, I just like when people are real with me. So that definitely stick out to me.
I get you.
Are you a true line? Like, describe your role, because I mean, you're 6'3", you got good length, and I'm sure that's what coaches see. They're like, man, this guy's got long arms. Like, we're gonna get 20 pounds on you and really beef you up. I mean, how do you project?
So most people don't know I started off as a wide receiver.
Oh, you did?
I actually didn't like playing defense. I didn't like hitting. And then since I made my transition over to Cheshire Academy, they seen how physical I was as a wide receiver. And then I switched over to safety at first. And then I played that last season. And then this past season, I showed a little bit more. And they said he could be in a box. So then I came to what we call a hawk position.
Hawk?
Yeah, a hawk position. Yeah, which is our outside linebacker position. And ever since I touched that position, I loved it.
Really? So now have you become a hitter? Did you like it more?
Became a hitter. Every play I just want the contact.
So your mindset changed.
Yeah, definitely changed. I think getting more experience in that role definitely changed my mindset.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Now, what other trips? I mean, you've been on a lot of trips already, right?
Yes, sir.
And what's next? I mean, what are you thinking about next?
So next, I think we're planning on going to Penn State.
Okay.
We got a few other ones planned. Not really sure around what time we're gonna go, but I know we got a few good ones coming up.
Are you enjoying the process?
I love the process.
Why?
Just because as a little kid, I always dreamed of this, and now that it's in reality, it just makes me so happy just to be here.
Yeah. And your little sister, 13-year-old sister, came with you on the trip too. I mean, what's it been like for her to get to go on something like this?
It's so heartwarming to me, just because I could share the experience with her. Because she never been through something like this. It's like me and her first time experiencing it. So it's just like warming to me.
So you haven't, I mean, how much have you traveled? I mean, had you been out this way at all?
So I never came this far west.
That's what I wondered.
I never came.
You've never been in the central time zone before. Probably.
Yeah, never. So it was even waking up this morning was kind of a shock. I said it felt later than what it is, and then I looked at the clock. It said 6 o'clock. I said, "Wow," but it's definitely been a change.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you're experiencing something that is really nice to experience it with your little sister
for sure.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself maybe doing an official visit to Nebraska? I mean, do you have thoughts on official visits, or is it still kind of early?
After today, I definitely consider doing an official visit to Nebraska after seeing all of the things that Nebraska could provide for me and my family.
What stood out other than the coach's closeness? Like when you're over there, what captures your attention? At the stadium,
the way that they run everything definitely captured my attention. The way that they don't BS, they get straight to the point. This is how it's going to be, and this is how it is. Just that mentality that they have.
Okay. That's a good answer.
Well, Eli, we really appreciate you coming up. It's been a lot of fun having you up here on Recruit Spotlight. And
thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, you're a natural.
Thank you guys.
You stepped right in like a pro.
Of course, you got to. You know that.
Thank you, Eli.
Eli Newby, once again, thanks again for him joining us on Recruit Spotlight. Once again, Recruit Spotlight brought to you by Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill and Tavern 180, 30th and Yankee Hill. They're our presenting sponsor here of Recruit Spotlight. For Steve Sipple, I'm Sean Callahan.